Although I've not lived in Cincinnati for a very long time, it has been such a delight the last several years to be invited to spend my birthday at the Harriet Beecher Stowe House in Walnut Hills. The very same house that Lane Seminary first built for my father to live in when he came out to be the first president. And it's such a delight to get to celebrate my birthday with new friends and old friends from the time that I lived here in Cincinnati. Cincinnati gave me so many of the stories that became part of this book, Uncle Tom's Cabin or Life Among the Lowly. This year, of course, the sensible thing is to stay at home. So I'll stay at home this year, and I'm glad that you're staying at home too. But it is my birthday. I think I should still have cake. I think you know that way back in the 1840s, my big sister Catherine made a textbook for young ladies to learn all about how to keep their household, a treatise on domestic economy. And then she published a cookbook to go with it. And of course, most of the recipes in that cookbook, being my sister Catherine, are rather practical and rather healthy. She felt very strongly that young ladies learn how to be healthy and maintain a healthy household and cook well for their families. But there is a section of that book called Rich Cakes. And I think a birthday is a good day for rich cakes, don't you? So I have this one. This is a queen's cake. Well, I'm not exactly a queen, but it's my birthday. I can be a queen today. And this recipe that my big sister Catherine wrote down has a pound of dried and sifted flour, a pound of sugar, half a pound of butter, 4 eggs, 1 nutmeg, a gill of wine, a gill of brandy, a gill of thin cream, and a pound of fruit. And of course, you know, queen's cakes are perfectly lovely small little cakes. They're perfect for a stay-at-home birthday tea, don't you think? Shall we make it? I haven't shopped for a party, but I think I have these things in my pantry. It's been a long time since I've tried this recipe of Catherine's, but if I make this home alone today, maybe I can imagine that my big sister Catherine made it for me, just like when we were small. I'm back. I went through my pantry. I took my sister's domestic receipt book with me and had the list of ingredients, and I think I found everything. Let's see. I actually cut all the ingredients in half. So I'll read the ingredients she wrote down, but I've got half of it here. 1 pound of dried and sifted flour. It calls for sugar. It calls for butter. It calls for eggs and a nutmeg. And it calls for a wine, a sweet wine. It calls for brandy. Yes, I did have those in my pantry. It calls for thin cream and a pound of fruit and currants. Currants are just the right thing for a queen's cake. lunch for himself when I got them out of the oven. They're a little darker than I meant. I admit I started reading a book and I probably let them sit in that stove for a few minutes longer. Let's put, don't you think they want a little bit of powdered sugar? I think they do. They smell delicious. I know we're not gathering today on purpose, but my goodness. I wish I could share these with you. Let's put this. Let's dust them a little with some sugar. I didn't make any thin icing for them. Sometimes you can put a thin icing on them, but I didn't put any icing on them, so let's just... A June birthday is hot. Let's put some snow on it, yes. Yes. That looks lovely. Do you think I can try one? Oh, yum. Look at all those currants. I didn't wait for you to sing happy birthday. I hope that's okay with you. Well, now that I've had cake on my birthday, I think the other birthday thing that will make the day feel more complete is a present. And of course, we're not gathering today. We're staying at home. So I think I'm going to recall a very lovely present I got a few years ago when I had the chance to travel to England. I was incredibly honored to meet the Duchess of Sutherland. The Duchess of Sutherland read my book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, Life Among the Lowly. And she was so inspired by it that she invited me to come to the United Kingdom and collect and accept signatures that she had been collecting. 500,000 ladies. There were 26 thick volumes of signatures of ladies in England, in the United Kingdom, and in Scotland that wanted to encourage the ladies here in the United States to make the impact on our families and on our countries that we can, to take the steps that we could to abolish slavery. And they wanted to let us know that they were standing with us. And on May 7th, it was 1853, I was invited to the Duchess of Sutherland's Stafford House. And it was a palace. It was the most beautiful home I have ever seen. It's so tasteful and so elegant. And the Duchess of Sutherland is actually lovely friends with Queen Victoria. She even told me that Queen Victoria had read my book, and Prince Albert, which I confess definitely applies to my author's vanity. But the Duchess had invited to her home, to Stafford House, everyone of rank. Everyone of rank was there, with the exception of Queen Victoria herself. Everyone of rank was there. And the most lovely, most handsome woman in the room was the Duchess of Sutherland. And so she presented me with this gift. And it's a bracelet. And you might look at this bracelet and say, that's hardly the fashion of 1853. One would think the Duchess of Sutherland would be better informed on such things. But the Duchess of Sutherland is indeed very informed on such things. Because these links are a golden representation of slave shackles. And on these links, she had engraved the date that the slave trade had been abolished in England, and the date that England entirely abolished slavery. And she presented the bracelet to me with the instructions to add the next date. To add the date when we can say in this country that all slaves are emancipated. To add the date when we can say that our very Constitution forbids slavery. It's a tremendous gift. And when I wear it, it's heavier than just the metal would allow for. Because it's responsibility. It's responsibility to listen and to do the things that I can do, and to encourage the ladies that I can encourage. So with the weight of 26 volumes of signatures that the Duchess sent home with me, whose name, by the way, is also Harriet. With the weight of those volumes, I also was sent home with this gift, which has the weight of the shackles, of the bondage that it is all of our duties to abolish. So that is the birthday gift. It wasn't my birthday when she gave it to me. She gave it to me on May 7th. It wasn't even close to my birthday. Well, I suppose it was a little bit close. But that is the gift that I will share with you on my birthday. And perhaps you can help me with that responsibility and that weight. And you have so delightfully joined me today while we explored my sister's recipe, and you visited with me while I remembered a present that I received from very far away just a few years ago. So I would think that even though I miss so much seeing you in Walnut Hills, I have to say that this is quite a happy birthday. So thank you for joining me today.